Okay, good morning, everyone. We just learned that the Chofetz Chaim said it's the derech to be mechabed others, to give other people an aliyah. Because to buy yourself an aliyah is cheesy. By the way, you know what else is cheesy? To have to announce by every single shiur about the campaign. Really, one of you guys should do it. Why do I have to do it every time? Maybe we can have a volunteer. But if nobody's going to buy flowers, you got to buy it for yourself. So, I don't know, if we have a volunteer, I'm very happy. If somebody wants to take over and announce tonight's campaign, you just let me know. I'll be more than happy to let someone else do it. In the meantime, while you're all fighting over it, I'm just going to let everybody know that tonight we begin the annual campaign for Machon Maggid Harakiah. Really, all the listeners wanted to jump in and announce it, that you can make a team page, which is really the best way to help out, or you go to charity.com/MMH. Okay, we are continuing in Sefer Chofetz Chaim. We are up to Klal Zayin. Klal Zayin. And we're going to have a double header today because it's very brief. Klal Zayin. In this klal, we're going to explain the prohibition of Kabbalas Lashon Harah if it was said b'fnei shloisha, if it was said in front of 3 people, or if said in front of the guy, v'dinim shama hasibim harbe anoshim, or the halacha if you heard it from many people. Let's say many people told you the same Lashon Harah, or there are rumors swirling, or you heard it from a guy who said it in the course of conversation, or let's say you heard it from a guy that you could believe like 2 people. Halacha Aleph, Isser Kabbalas Lashon Harah, hu afilu imam mesaper sadvarim befirsim l'fnei kama anoshim. Let's say a guy gets up and he makes an announcement of Lashon Harah in front of many, many people. So you say, obviously it's true, otherwise he wouldn't go out on the limb and say it in front of many people. No, maybe it's not true. It's not true. He would lie in front of 1,000 people? Yes, he would, without a problem. We should assume he's lying. Even so, you should not definitively assume it's the truth. You could be concerned for it. You could investigate. If it became clear, then rebuke the guy. Let's say a guy announces, Pliny, he turns his phone off, but he has his phone in his pocket in the shul. And let's say he made this announcement in front of 100 people. You shouldn't believe it. You should not believe it. Why would you assume a Jew would be machalel a Beis HaMedrash? It's bad enough that the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed, and now this Jew wants to jeopardize the welfare of the Jewish people by bringing his phone into a shul? No, you should not believe it. But you could be choishesh, and if you find out that it's true, you should call up your friend and say, Rabbi Yid, really, it's the 3 weeks, we're mourning the Chor Beis HaMikdash. The only way, really, Hashem could bring it back is if we show kavod to this and that says, please do me a favor, leave your phone out. Beis, there's no heter to speak to believe the Lashon Harah. What if the speaker told you about what Pliny does in his presence? And you look at Pliny, and Pliny turned white like a ghost, and he doesn't say a word. So you assume, shtika kahida. No. Unless he says, yes, I did it, you can't believe it. Since you never heard any outright admission, certainly if the speaker is not saying it in front of him, but he says, believe me, I'm telling the truth because I would say it in front of him. Rak Omer, he's saying, that I would say these words in front of him, you're not allowed to believe him. And in our many sins, people are very stumble in this greatly. Even if he is silent, when they're relaying this derogatory information, say, he's silent, it must be true. You cannot take from this any indication that is true. Even if it's his nature always, not to be silent. What if this guy is a hothead? And anytime anybody says anything bad about him, he gives it, he lashes back, and now all of a sudden he became quiet like a mouse. It must be, it's true. What if this guy's nature is never to be silent? Now he's silent? No, you can't take it as a raya that it's true. Because now, maybe now, his nature, he overcame his base nature. And he decided not to respond to a quarrel. Or he's a smart guy. He knows that there's nothing that he could say that will in any way minimize what people think about him. So he figures, I'm only going to add insult to injury. If I open up my mouth and say it's not true, the other guy is going to say, oh really, it's not true? And he's just going to insult me more. So kaminag harashal olam, like the bad custom in the world, shem muskam etzlam, that in people's mind they've decided shem rak yisaper sadvam b'fanav, that anytime somebody says bad information in the person's presence, afilu mashkinag yakhishen me'apam, even if the guy who it's about contradicts it 100 times, lo yaminu lo yishuv, they'll never believe him. They'll never believe the person who it was spoken about, even if he says it's not true. Therefore he decided it's better to remain silent and to be from those who are insulted. Therefore, asr likach raya mizeh lahachlet shadavar emes. You should not take a raya from this to decide that the matter is true. That the matter is true. Okay, that's one limud. Don't go anywhere.
Recording stop.